Hello, it's Jerry Honstein, the founder of Dental Ventures of America again. The last time that we met, we were discussing the concept of simplified selling, wherein I shared that while there are many ways in which people sell things, there are a lot of approaches that people take when they sell something, but there's only one progression of thought that a buyer goes through all the time. It's always the same. And what we want to do and what we're attempting to do here is to build a construct such that in our selling presentations, we take advantage of realizing what is going through the potential buyer's mind. And we can have kind of a box within which we can stay to make certain that we meet the requirements of his thought process. Perhaps since the last video, you've noticed, even in your own mind, if one of your colleagues or a family member or a salesperson, as it were, is trying to make a presentation of a new product or a service or an idea to you, what your mind went through. And we mentioned the last time that the first thing that has to happen is we have to develop some means, or he's thinking about, who is this person? Is there some reason that I can accept him, that I can like him, that I can respect him? And that's why companies give you business cards, especially large, well-known companies. That's why they advertise, so that when you walk in and you say, I'm from Acme Plumbing, and everybody in town knows who Acme Plumbing is, it helps the presenter obtain a certain degree of viability, a certain degree of acceptance. And until I propose it, until the potential client gets through that in his mind, that there's some reason that he can like and respect you, he's not really willing to go to the next step. And what the second step is that I mentioned is, okay, I know who he is. I can be interested in what he's going to tell me, but what is he going to do for me? And that's the second step. What are you going to do for me? And once he gets to that place in his mind, only then is he willing to go to the next step. Now, let's look at our illustrations and go through the progression of steps as one continues to accept you and the product and what it's going to do for them. Here we are with our target of focus again. We'll remember now that we have the first two steps through which we have to progress and focus upon is finding some way to have him accept you and accept your presence. And then he can go through his progression of trying to understand what it is that you are going to do for him. How are you going to benefit him? And as the target shows, the next procedure or the next thought is during your presentation is, can I believe you? Can I believe in the things that you're telling me about how good this thing is and how it's going to benefit me? If you get past that step, the next thing he's pondering then is this really the best thing for me to do? Should I shop some more? Should I do some research? All of those things are going through his head. And to the degree to which you can understand now, what is he really thinking about, you can address that during your presentation in some way. So he's answered the question and he sees how you can benefit him. Then he finds you believable. Then the next question he has to answer is it the best thing for me to do? Should I buy this? Or should I do some other alternate action, take some alternate action? And once he decides that it is in fact the best thing for him, and only then will he have the thought, okay, I got it, I'll do it. And it's at that time when he's there that you can begin to close. That target of focus really exemplifies what happens to all of us, actually. Everybody in life has a tendency to want to defend what I call our fortress of comfort. We tend to want to operate at a level of comfort, don't we? We all do. And when someone comes in and intrudes in some manner, perhaps our comfort zone, we have a natural tendency to try and defend against that. Well, the thing that we then want to do is to find a logical, reasonable, efficient, and effective game plan, some way in which we can just in a natural manner deal with that and remove those bricks from that wall of comfort, one layer at a time, just one layer at a time. Lower that wall, and we do so such that we go through and address all those areas of resistance. So in our next session, I would like to back up just one moment and say, one of the things that's very important in any type of presentation process is to always be operating at the same level as your potential candidate or your potential client, your employee or your boss or friend or anyone. We want to be operating at the same level where they are in their thought process of accepting us and accepting our ideas and accepting our products. And during our next session, we are going to develop that constructive approach toward step-by-step removing the wall that naturally separates people. I look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, thank you very much for being here.